How to stop negative self-talk. Do you find yourself trapped in negative self-talk? We've all been there. It's easy to fall into the trap of talking down on ourselves, but it's important to recognize the harm it can cause. Negative self-talk can lower self-esteem, increase stress and anxiety, and even lead to depression. The good news is that with some effort and practice, you can learn how to stop negative self-talk. Here's a step-by-step process to help you get started. Step 1. Recognize negative self-talk. The first step to overcoming negative self-talk is to recognize when it's happening. It may be hard to catch yourself in the moment, but try to pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day. When you notice negative self-talk, take a moment to pause and reflect. Negative self-talk can take many forms, but often it involves putting yourself down, making negative comments about yourself, or speaking in a damaging way that undermines your self-worth. For example, you might find yourself thinking, "I'm so stupid for not knowing this," when you make a mistake. Or perhaps you say, "I'll never get it right," when you struggle to complete a task. Keep a journal to record your thoughts. Use a mindfulness app like Headspace or Calm to help you stay present. Ask a trusted friend or family member to help identify negative self-talk patterns. Step 2. Challenge your thoughts. Once you've recognized negative self-talk, it's time to challenge those thoughts. Question the validity of your negative beliefs and look for evidence that contradicts them. This can be challenging at first, but with practice, you'll learn to see things in a more positive light. Challenging negative self-talk looks like replacing negative dialogue with positive and constructive statements. This could include reframing a thought from, "I'm such an idiot for making this mistake," to, "Everyone makes mistakes, that's okay." It might look like recognizing that thought is rooted in fear or insecurity and challenging it by looking for evidence to the contrary. Ask yourself if your thoughts are based on facts or assumptions. Look for evidence that contradicts your negative beliefs. Imagine what a supportive friend would say to you and use that perspective. Step 3. Reframe your thoughts. The next step is to reframe your thoughts in a more positive light. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect, but rather finding a more constructive way to approach challenges. Use positive affirmations to remind yourself of your strengths and accomplishments. Focus on solutions rather than problems. Look for the silver lining in difficult situations. In practice, challenging negative self-talk looks like replacing those negative thoughts with more constructive and positive statements. For instance, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a task hand and telling yourself, "I'll never get it right," instead tell yourself, "It's okay to make mistakes. I can figure this out." Step 4. Practice self-compassion. Finally, it's important to practice self-compassion. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and experiences setbacks from time to time. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. Practice self-care activities like exercise, meditation, or reading a book. Write down positive qualities about yourself and read them aloud. Be gentle with yourself when faced with failure or disappointment. Negative self-talk can be harmful, but with a little effort, you can learn how to stop it. Remember to recognize negative thoughts, challenge them, reframe them in a positive light, and practice self-compassion. With consistent practice, you'll be on your way to a more positive and fulfilling life. How can I recognize negative self-talk? Negative self-talk can take many forms, but often it involves putting yourself down, making negative comments about yourself, or speaking in a damaging way that undermines your self-worth. Pay attention to your thoughts throughout the day, and take a moment to pause and reflect when you recognize negative patterns. Keep a journal to record your thoughts and ask trusted friends or family members to help identify negative self-talk patterns. What are some tips for challenging my thoughts? Once you've recognized negative self-talk, it's time to challenge those thoughts. Question the validity of your negative beliefs and look for evidence that contradicts them. This can be challenging at first, but with practice, you'll learn to see things in a more positive light. Here are some tips for challenging your thoughts. Ask yourself if your thoughts are based on facts or assumptions. Look for evidence that contradicts your negative beliefs. Imagine what a supportive friend would say to you and use that perspective. Replace negative dialogue with positive and constructive statements. Focus on solutions rather than problems. Look for the silver lining in a difficult situation. Practice self-care activities to remind yourself of your worth and accomplishments. With time and effort, you can learn how to challenge negative self-talk and develop positive patterns of thought. When done consistently, this practice will help lead to a more fulfilling life. How can journaling help with improving my self-talk? Journaling can be a powerful tool for improving your self-talk. By writing down your thoughts, you can get an objective look at the dialogue in your head and identify patterns of negative self-talk. You can use journaling to challenge these types of thought processes and develop more positive beliefs about yourself. Writing down positive affirmations can also be beneficial. This could include writing down qualities you like about yourself, compliments that others have given you, or things that make you unique and special. Finally, journaling can help remind you of the progress that you've made in challenging your negative self-talk. Use it as a reminder of how far you've come in improving your self-talk and how capable you are of creating positive change. Journaling is a great way to reflect on your thoughts and work through any negative dialogue that might be present. With consistent practice, it can help lead to more compassionate self-talk and a more fulfilling life. What are some activities that can help reduce negative self-talk and increase positive thinking habits? There are several activities that can help reduce negative self-talk and increase positive thinking habits. Here are a few ideas to get you started. Practice mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath. Let go of any negative thoughts or emotions and observe whatever comes up with non-judgmental awareness. Engage in positive self-talk. Replace negative dialogue with kind and encouraging words. Express gratitude. Take time to recognize the people, things, and experiences that you're grateful for in your life. Write down affirmations. Jot down meaningful quotes or truth statements that empower you. Spend time outdoors, get out in nature, and appreciate the beauty of your surroundings. Exercise, physical activity can help release built-up tension or stress, boost endorphins, and promote positive thinking. By engaging in these activities and being mindful of your thoughts, you can create a more balanced mindset and ultimately reduce negative self-talk. With practice and dedication, you can learn to create positive habits and a more fulfilling life.